Kenny is fine. And if Kenny is that fine, like over our TV screens, I can only imagine how he look in person. This right here, you know how a man be having like this right here bulging? He has that. So I get why Janae is on him. Nobody has wanted Serena or Cordell. Let me fix my hair. How am I the last to know Cordell, now known as Baby Beckham, is Odell Beckham's brother? Kaylor has to learn how to communicate without whining and without crying.
Meloney P.
This show is, be honest, on a very low calorie, high protein diet. Be honest. Welcome to another episode of the That's Scary with Meloney P podcast. I am your girl, Meloney P, and we are here to talk Love Island. Now, before I get started, before I tell you and ask you to subscribe, and before I tell you about my Nama products, how am I the last to know that Cordell is Odell Beckham's baby brother? Cordell, now known as Baby Beckham, is Odell Beckham's brother. How am I the last to know this information? Listen, y'all, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I don't even know if I can keep up with all of these episodes because they're coming out every single day, but it was wild. So let's just get started, y'all. Okay, so in the last episode, we ended off with the drama with Cordell, with Aaron, and Kaylor, all this drama, and we start back with the guys in their huddle, the girls in their huddle, because now Dea and Serena have had a conversation. Now, I have to say that once again, I agree with Kendall. Kendall is definitely the voice of reason in this episode because he expresses to Cordell that, hey, move on. Like, all this drama with Serena, it's not giving what you need. Move on. You have a girl who's sitting here who is expressing over and over and over again that, I like you, I want to be with you, you're this, you're that. And it's almost like Cordell is giving a abused man or woman that is just used to the abuse, and now that he has someone treating him right, he's just really, really confused. And it's kind of sad to see. Little baby Beckham is baby Beckhaming right now. So they have this huddle, and I feel like in the huddle there are a lot of valid points made. The guys are really on Cordell's side because they see that Cordell is happy, with Dea seemingly, or let me actually rephrase that. We see that Dea is happy with Cordell. We see that Dea is giving Cordell the energy that, he deserves. So of course, his guys are going to be on his side and be like, listen, do you want to sit here and fight? Or do you want to go with ease and go with someone who has from day one expressed, their interest in you, did not make you wait, did not make you wonder, but came in guns blazing. I want you, Cordell, I want you. Now, later in the show, it does come out that she was commenting under Odell Beckham's picture, which we're going to get to that, but I don't know if I believe that was a lie. I just don't know. But yeah, Cordell, I believe that Serena, when she's talking to Dea, she makes a comment that Cordell is trying to have his cake and eat it too. No, he's not. Like, Serena, you are making the angry black woman look like the angry black woman right now, because I feel like you are not giving grace. You are not, just calm down. Like, calm down. You're cussing, you're walking, you're going crazy. Calm down. Like, calm down. I know that Cordell is 22. I don't know how old Serena is. I feel like she's a little bit older, but not that much. But girl, calm down. Cordell is not having his cake and eating it too. Cordell is, for once in the house, having a little bit of pep in his step. And, even though he's doing what's right, he's still almost fearful of Serena, not touching Dea, not giving Dea no attention, pretending like she's not there. Like, it's crazy how Cordell is positively responding to the abuse that Serena is giving him. I think it's a bit much. She needs to calm down. Miguel makes a statement and he says, is this what you want in a wife? Like, you seeing how she's handling this, you seeing how irate she's getting, you seeing how, you know, she's stumping around and not letting you talk and cussing you out and calling you nappy head and all these things. Is this what you want in a wife? And I thought that was the one thing that I've ever heard Miguel say that made sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really was a good question. The point of dating, in my opinion, should be to be in something long term. And people are showing you who they are. Cordell is showing Serena that he is a little bit of a passive, little boy that has, some years to mature. And Serena is showing Cordell that you gonna respect me, and if you don't, I'm gonna raise hell in our house. So they both need to pay attention to these red flags. I will say that I have to applaud Daya, even though my ultimate goal and hope is that Cordell and Serena work this out, because I don't know, it's just something that makes me want them to be together, and I just feel like it is the history. But Daya is being so sweet. Daya is being so calm. She's being, the voice of reason. She's being mature. She's being patient. Honestly, and here is the cackle. Daya is to Cordell. I'm gonna mess this up, y'all. Daya is to Cordell what Cordell was to Serena. Low key, because she's patient, she's waiting, she's expressing herself to Cordell, and he's just kind of like giving her the back seat, and it's just very sad. It's very sad to say, or very sad to see. So this whole conversation comes up about this 90% Serena, 10% Daya, and I could have sworn, and I feel like Leah be up in the sky. I don't know where Leah be at, but I don't know where she got that from. Well, actually, I know where she got that from. Miguel told Leah that Cordell said that he was 90% Serena and 10% Daya. To my recollection, in the previous episode, it literally came from Miguel's mouth, but then Leah got it mixed up and said that Cordell said it to her. Now, I don't remember a conversation where Leah and Cordell sat down and Cordell told her 90% Serena, 10% Daya, but I do distinctively remember the conversation where Leah and Miguel were talking, and Miguel said that about Cordell. So I found that strange that no one, I don't know if Miguel was in that conversation, but nobody said anything. Cordell had all the smoke for Leah. And I think that he was taking it out, taking his frustrations and his, confusion and his fumble. He was taking it out on Leah, the weakest woman. You know what I'm saying? Because he sure wasn't going to take it out on Serena because he's scared of her. He don't want to mess it up with Daya just in case. So he took it out on just the weakest person that he could. And I felt bad for Leah because she got confused. She got put on the spot and she really got confused. And, Cordell is like, honey, pump your chest in the right time. Pump your chest to Serena. I really feel like Serena wants Cordell to be like, look, this is what it is. Every woman wants that. I don't care what nobody say. I don't feel like Serena has 100% respect for Cordell. And she likes to kind of throw that word out there, respect, or you didn't respect me, you didn't respect yourself, respect, okay, Aretha. But at the end of the day, I feel like she ultimately does not have respect for Cordell. If we go back, Serena didn't even choose Cordell. They just ended up together because they was the only two left. You know what I'm saying? And even though Cordell was the only man left that nobody chose, he still said off the rip in the beginning, he still said, I was going to choose her anyway because of her beautiful smile. Now, ain't nobody choose him. She didn't choose him. It was just kind of a default situation. And he off the rip, respected her point blank, period. And he's been consistent in that. And I just don't feel like, from what the viewer is seeing, I don't see her giving him grace. I just don't see her giving him grace. Daya and Serena end up going off again to talk. And again, Daya's calm. Serena got that deep voice, hoarse voice or whatever. And they're talking. And at this point, Cordell is fussing at Leah. And I was thinking, Cordell, get your grown ass up. Stop giving the smoke to Leah. Walk your ass over there to Dea and Serena and have the conversation. Like, poke out your chest, say, hey, this is what it is. I wasn't sure with you, whatever. I want to be able to, understand who Dea is, test our connection, blah, blah, blah. Like, say it with your chest. Like, we need a little bit of the masculinity that Liv has to be put in the IV in Cordell, because he's just so, baby Beckham is so sweet, so nice, and I feel like he is the nice guy that's getting stumped over, and it really sucks. And I really like how, the guys in the house are kind of acting like his big brothers, and they're like, little baby Beckham, they're trying to come to his defense and try, it's just beautiful to see the camaraderie in the boys and in the girls. But he definitely should have went over to Dea and Serena, which he finally did. I believe that Dea ended up making him or asking him to come and sit with them. But again, Kendall states that, Cordell, you have a choice. You can make a choice. You have a voice. Like, you have a voice. You have a voice. You have a choice. Serena is not your puppet master. You're not tied to the hip. And it don't even make sense, because I understand the sense of being loyal to someone that you like. I totally get that. Day is doing that. But at some point, something has to come and trigger in your mind that, okay, I'm looking stupid. This person's walking all over me. I'm a prize as well. It's not just her, but that isn't ticking up in baby Beckham's head. And knowing now that he is Odell Beckham's brother, it probably is, him always kind of being second choice. And he literally said in this episode he's used to it with his brother when him and Dea sit down. And so I think baby Beckham has a little bit of confidence that he needs to gain. Serena, get the fuck over it. Get over it. Move on. Like, here's the thing. Let's just keep it real. Like, we gotta keep it real. Nobody has wanted Serena or Cordell. Let me fix my hair. Nobody has wanted Serena or Cordell. So, take from that what you want. Period, point blank. Serena, get over it. It's played out. Get over it. And these people need to keep in mind that this is a game, and you can't win $100,000 if you play the damn game right. So I understand the thought process of, trying to find love, obviously. You want to find your person, but at the end of the day, this is a game, and there is 6 figures at the end of the day to win. So keep your mind on the prize. So then Miguel pulls Leah to the side. Like, Miguel, he is such a player. Like, Miguel is such a player. He's only in here, and let me give him some grace, because it did seem genuine, and maybe he playing me right now, but it did seem genuine when he was talking to Leah. Leah, even though she's ditzy and a little bit aloof, she is like one of my favorite. I think she's really beautiful. I love her personality. I love her kind of laid back, aloof vibe. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like she'd be really fun to hang out with. Now, again, the viewer saying that, did they say that somebody said that she's not a girl's girl, or somebody thought that she was the one that wasn't a girl's girl. The viewer said that she wasn't a girl's girl. And that I can see. And I haven't really seen her turn on Janae and Serena, and those are the 2 girls that she seems to be closest to, and she appears to have a sense of loyalty to them. So I'm really interested to see, as the show goes on, does she show any receipts of not being a girl's girl to the 2 girls that she's the closest to. But Miguel sweet talks her. I'm surprised that they didn't kiss, but it seemed genuine from what I saw. Miguel's just doing what Miguel does, and Leah just doing what Leah do. They have played their characters true to themselves from day one. Nobody should be surprised for anything that they do. Kenny. Can we keep talking about Kenny? Because Kenny is fine. Kenny is fine. Let me read that. Kenny is fine. And if Kenny is that fine, over our TV screens, I can only imagine how he look in person, because his body, his face, This right here, you know how a man be having like this right here bulging? He has that. So I get why Janae is on him. But here she go crying again. Here she go crying again. You know, her and Kenny are finally having a chat. She's finally calmed down, thank God. And I think that her calming down is her kind of coming to her senses and being like, okay, Kenny is the only guy that I have any type of connection with. There's no other option for me. So let me put it on Vic and get this man, because there's no other option. They don't know what's coming day by day. They don't know if it's going to be more people. They don't know what the house has planned for them day by day. So I think Janae is truly playing the game. She's playing the game to find a partner, but also to win and to also look good in front of the viewers. I really believe so. Kenny says that he wants a strong, independent woman, and it's just like, ugh. You know, I have my own personal views about that. Like, stop categorizing Black women as strong and independent. We weak, we brittle, we're soft, we ain't independent, we need you. So at the end of the day, that was weird. So then the day ends, they all go to sleep, and I noticed the weirdest thing, and please tell me that you noticed this too. Kenny and Catherine were in that bed sleeping like vampires. I think Catherine is the most strangest woman looks wise. I think she's the most strangest person inside. She gives me really much cringe. I don't like Catherine. I want Janae and Kenny to be together. Okay. Daya makes breakfast for Cordell the next morning, which was so sweet. We know Serena didn't make no breakfast for him. Miguel officially chooses Leah, which I thought was beautiful. You know, he pulled that girl to the side and he kept the buck with her and said, you know, hey, I'm going this way. I'm going with Leah and I'm here for it. I think that Miguel and Leah are cute together. These new girls, other than Daya and Daniela, none of them else hold a candle. Like none of them hold a candle to the day one girls. Daniela is stunning. Daya is just, you know, plan B. So really it's just Daniela. Like none of the new girls are lasting. They don't hold a candle. It's been nice knowing you. The new girls are truly, truly losing. Now, I put down in my notes something that I thought was really interesting. And I kind of said this in the beginning, but if you look at the dynamics between a good girl treating Cordell amazing, making him breakfast, expressing her love, kissing him, all on him, you know, being very close, being very intimate, being very low-key sexual, giving him all the attention. Then on the other hand, you have a girl who's giving baby Beckham her ass to kiss, and she has consistently done that, whether it's been directly or indirectly. She just now at the very end, when there's no other options, has, you know, given in to Cordell. And I want to emphasize that I don't think that she's just giving in to Cordell because, you know, that's her only choice. I think that has a part to play in it, because I truly believe, and I really hope they do this, but I truly believe that if another man was to come in, even before all the Daya drama, and look a little different, have a little bit more swag, a little bit more grown man to him, a little bit more meatier, taller than Cordell, I definitely think that it would be, within a blink of an eye, Serena would keep it pushing. But I do think that they have happened to fall into each other's arms, and she actually does like him. But it really says a lot that the woman who is giving him her ass to kiss is getting, like, he literally says, I want Serena. Like, he wants Serena. He don't want what's treating him good. He wants what's treating him bad. Now that I know that, you know, now that I know that Cordell is Odell Beckham's brother, I literally can't unsee it. Like, I cannot unsee it. I cannot unsee it. So then, you know, they play the game. I thought, like, I hate these games. I like, you know, them pulling information out and, you know, by them, the TV show and the network being messy, you know, asking these questions, being messy and getting stuff out. I like that. But I hate these dumb Nickelodeon games that they play. It's such a waste of time. I want to fast forward, but I can't because there's information coming out. But the game was stupid. Now the whole drama comes out about Aaron asking Daniela to shower. I feel like nothing really came from the game, other than once again, the day one girls crying. Like, here's something. Love is Blind on Netflix. I actually talked to one of the girls who was on the Love is Blind Netflix show, and she said something to me that reminds me of what I hope is going on here. This girl told me that when the cast was in the Love is Blind house, everyone was crying. Everyone was emotional. People who don't typically cry was crying over the drop of a dime. And she said that everybody felt like it was some type of, the network was putting something in the air, or even the wall that they were looking at, talking to the guys or the girls on the other side. It felt like the patterns of the wall was hypnotizing them, and they were just crying and crying and nobody knew why. So I'm hoping it's something like that, because every time you turn around, the day one girls are somewhere crying. Liv was crying about how the viewer saw her, and I'm like, wow, Liv has a soul. Liv and her dude get any closer. I was kind of curious about Rob kind of side-eyeing Liv talking to her dude, because I thought that at some point Rob and Liv were going to connect, but I don't know what happened to that. But again, the whole Showergate comes out. What else came out? So in that game, the viewers were saying that, hey, Janae, Kenny's not your guy. I don't know about that. I like Kenny, and I like him a lot. And I can see it working. I think that Janae gives me, I had a friend that she reminds me of so much. Janae gives me Leo vibes. She knows how to act. And by that, she knows how to put on a performance. She knows how to play damsel in distress. She knows how to lure men. She knows how to just act like she gives damsel in distress energy, and she does it very well. And she's very flirtatious, very, oh, you want to give it a me? She's very that. So I'm here for that, to be honest with you. Again, Kaylor's crying. The USA girls are crying. Kaylor's crying. Now, Cordell or Aaron, one of the two, was made a statement, and they said that exploring a connection and being disrespectful or maybe I made that point. Exploring a connection and being disrespectful are two different things. Actually, I agree. So I agree with exploring a connection and being disrespectful being two different things. And when Serena said that, it kind of triggered in my mind, okay, well, she has a point. Even though I am kind of team baby Beckham, she has a point. You can explore a connection and be a little bit more respectful. So I get what, I don't know if she said that, or matter of fact, I think Kaylor said that. I think Kaylor said that. Kaylor literally said that to Aaron. And I was like, okay, girl, get your backbone. Stop crying. Get your words together. I agree. Exploring a connection and being disrespectful, two different things. And I feel like Aaron, knowing Kaylor, knowing how fragile she is, knowing how she gonna cry at the drop of a dime, knowing all these things, he knows how to wordsmith her. He knows how to reel her back in. The same way that the stuff he said to her is really, that's crazy that she don't be seeing it from what we see. He said that he knew she was gonna be standing there waiting for him. He said that she knew that, she was proud of him for sleeping out, getting bit by, you did a good thing by not getting tested. So it's he's playing in her face, and he knows how to do it successfully, because he knows at the end of the day, she's fragile, she's weak, she will cry at the drop of a dime, and she really likes him. Now, I feel like at the end of the episode, he did seem to be a tad bit worried. But I don't think he's really worried. I think it's for the camera. I think that he has Kaylor wrapped around his finger, and he knows that he can just wordsmith the fuck out of her, and she gonna come running back. Kaylor has to learn how to communicate without whining and without crying. Again, I have to keep reminding myself, I think these are like 20 to 30-year-olds, whatever. Some of these kids are like in their early 20s. So I guess it's to be expected that they have a lackluster communication, that they're crying so heavily. But you cannot get your point across if you're crying and your eyes are filled with tears and you can't breathe because you're crying so hard. Like, get it together, snap out of it. You are coming off so weak by every time something happens, every time new information comes out, the first thing you do is break down in tears and start crying. And it's just like, now you're a punk, you're weak, and they're going to prey on that. Like, Cordell and Kaylor are literally with the same energy because they're kind of giving weak energy. And then Aaron starts doing what Aaron does, and he's kind of starting to try to gaslight and manipulate Kaylor by saying that, kind of putting it on her. Like, oh, I don't even know what you did while you were here, so why is this all on me? You know what she did. She didn't do shit. She barely kissed the guy. She slept outside. She told you explicitly what she did and didn't do. And so now that he's backed in a corner, he is feeling literally backed in a corner and just blaming her, trying to see if he can just get out the corner, honestly. And I really hope that she don't fall for it, because it's like, okay, this ain't about me. This is about you asking Daniela to shower with you. And even though you didn't do it, you still requested it. So at the end of the day, if I can say anything, get a damn backbone, Kaylor and Cordell. If Kaylor and Cordell got a backbone, this whole show and this whole game would just flip and be a whole different thing, because it's crazy. So on tonight's episode is movie night, and I'm actually very nervous because there's been a lot of he say, she say about what happened in Casa Amor, who did what, who kissed who slept with who was dry humping who. It's been so much like he say, she say. And now Love Island is going to show the tape. They're going to show the tape. They're going to show the receipt. And I don't know what's going to happen. My predictions are Aaron is going to stay with Kaylor. Like, it is what it is. She ain't going nowhere. Dea, Cordell, Serena. That's what I'm really curious to see, like, what comes from them viewing the tape. Because I feel like Cordell was doing a whole lot more than what has been discussed. But even with the stuff that he was doing that I feel like will show on the tape, it wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong. Out of a whole entire season, nobody has truly wanted him or shown him any attention. So at the end of the day, now that somebody wants a baby Beckham, he is playing the game in the final quarter. But he is still on Serena dick, apologizing to her, and there it is. Listen, y'all, let me know your comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the game. Let me know what your predictions are for tonight's episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next episode.